Hi, I'm Amy Barickman, founder of Indigo Junction. Today I want to give you some tips and techniques for getting ready to hand embroider. In our last videos, I talked about how to stitch using my Crossroads 12-weight thread. Today I want to talk to you about the other materials you need for stitching. Choosing the right foundation fabric is very important for embroidery. Any fabric can be embellished with needlework, but here are a few of my favorite options. Linen is a nice woven fabric that comes in a variety of weights. It is great for projects like garments and bags. Cotton is also a good choice for stitching. Just be sure that your fabric is opaque enough so you don't see the thread behind the fabric. I often use my 100% cotton Crossroads Denim line for embroidery projects. This fabric is pre-washed and sanded for a suede-like finish. You also have the reverse side if you want a traditional denim texture. The heavy weight of the fabric stands up nicely to the thicker decorative stitches. This fabric is perfect for sewing fashion accessory projects, and because the denim is sturdy wearing, it is also great for home decor. Another option for backing or foundation materials is to use blanks. These are, as the name suggests, blank items that are already manufactured in their finished form and ready to stitch. I love stitching on blanks because they make an easy project to stitch for a quick gift for a friend. After you have chosen your thread and backing fabric, it is time to transfer your embroidery design. For instance, our Stitch Style book offers designs that can either be transferred and the line art to trace for other methods. If you aren't using a ready-made transfer, one of the simplest ways to transfer your artwork is to lay the fabric over the design on a light source. Then, using a pencil or water-soluble pen, you will want to trace the design directly onto your fabric. Or you can make your own iron-on transfers using a transfer pencil or a pen like the iron-on transfer pens that Sulky makes. Use the pen to trace the design onto the paper. When tracing, try to get a thin line as the ink will be permanent on your final fabric. When the tracing is finished, place the transfer face down on your fabric and follow the manufacturer's instructions to iron the design to the fabric. The transfer gets lighter each time you iron it, so you may want to iron the first couple of times onto a scrap piece of fabric so the transfer goes on your final fabric a little bit lighter and it's easier to cover with your embroidery stitches. Also remember, whenever you trace the design, you will be transferring a mirror image onto your fabric. So for instance, if you are transferring a letter, you should trace it in the reverse so the iron will transfer going the right direction. I want to share my favorite process for transfers, Sulky Fabri-Solvi and Stick and Stitch. Fabri-Solvi is a sticky-based water-soluble stabilizer. You transfer the design onto the sheet either using the trace method, or you can print the design onto sheets using the inkjet printer or an inkjet copier. Once you have your design on the Sulky, you simply adhere the design to the fabric, hoop, and stitch. This is great for stitching on dark colors as it is easy to see your design on the Fabri-Solvi. Here's an example showing a transfer designed on two dark fabrics. See how much easier it is to see the design on using the stabilizer? Keep in mind this is a great solution for opaque fabrics that are too dark to trace on a light source. The Sulky product also protects your fabric by keeping it cleaner because you aren't applying ink directly to the foundation fabric, nor are you handling the fabric directly when you stitch. You can see here that I have been stitching with my cream Crossroads thread and practicing different sizes of the chain stitch using different thicknesses. After you have finished stitching your design, follow the instructions to wash away the stabilizer. Sulky recommends placing a rinsed project right side down on a terry cloth and ironing it dry. This gives a crisp finish without crushing your embroidery stitches. One must-have tool for embroidery is a hoop. Hoops come in a myriad of different sizes, and the size you choose will depend entirely on how large a project you are working on and what you find most comfortable to hold. Scissors are also a must, and I recommend getting smaller embroidery scissors. Now that we have our design transferred and our tools gathered, we are ready to stitch. Look for our stitch tutorials and free embroidery designs coming in the next few videos. See you next time.